Today on Midwest Ghost Hunter's Dark Matter podcast, we review EVPs we caught while podcasting here at Pythian Castle. And welcome to another edition of Midwest Ghost Hunter's Dark Matter podcast. I'm John, Chris, Dustin, Tyler, Bobby, Melissa, the entire crew here today in a brand new location in the castle, too.
Where are we?
I think this is like the dining room.
This is the private dining room.
I've never seen this room.
That's why it's called private.
Yeah.
Well, she just opened it for the Halloween season.
Oh, so it'll close, so we can't stay in here.
Right.
Oh, I don't know.
I like
She
it
might
in
leave
here because
open.
there's a lot of windows.
Yeah.
I like the Halloween decorations too. She's got quite a bit going on in here with the rats eating the furniture and whatnot. So I guess we missed at least 1 week there along the way, and that was partly, if not entirely, my fault. 2 weeks during our heavy season because I got exposed to heavy amounts of COVID, as in the way of about 46 patients, and I didn't know if I should bring it in here. But
I'm glad you didn't.
Well, I never turned up positive, but I was trying to stay away in case I did, and I never did. So, but anyway, that's why we weren't here. But we're back. So we last time we were here, and I can't even remember, was the last time we were here when we heard all the stuff. And
we had an incredible amount of stuff that happened last time. We were midway through the podcast, and we stopped and went out into the castle to hear what was going on. Had all kinds of things happen. Probably the best stairwell EVP I've ever heard in my life was Tyler saying, I hear someone coming down the stairs, and the recorder is closer to the stairs than it is to Tyler. And it sounds like a herd of people coming down those stairs.
And that was the same day when me, you, and Melissa first got here. We went to check out the new spot in the basement, and then Dustin showed up while we were down there, and he heard people walking or running upstairs.
Yeah,
so
I thought you guys were upstairs for some reason.
So there was a lot of activity that day, and I think even maybe the time before that. Hell, that seems like that was 3 months ago now in my mind. I can't even remember. But I know we had a lot of stuff that day because we had to actually stop the podcast and do like a mini investigation upstairs, right?
Yes, and there was actually stuff that showed up on the very first podcast that we did that day. We didn't catch it at the time, and it's a lot more of the more paranormal, the more standard paranormal stuff.
And that's what I was looking through. I'm kind of looking through the folders that we've loaded into the computer here from that one that you're talking about. Would that be?
It's called First Podcast.
Okay, I see it there.
That's why I labeled it that.
So I guess we could jump right into. I mean, I know every time we come to Pythian Castle, it seems like we hear noises and we catch little things on the recorders here and there. And we've gotten to the point where that's happened so much, whenever we do our next podcast, we don't even really play them anymore because there's so many. But these two particular times, it seems like there was a significant
There was so many.
amount,
I think you need to address some of these things
that we'll probably, at least for this time, probably going to go ahead and play those today because some of those were pretty significant. We've never had in our whole time that I can remember doing our podcast here at Pythian Castle, we've never stopped and done like a 45-minute
no, not like that,
while the podcast keeps rolling.
And the really weird thing is, I think that you normally we catch like some of the best stuff on the podcast, but in this situation, it's actually on the fireplace recorder. That's where you hear the steps from the room that's empty. That's where you hear what it sounds like humming or singing or something that's on there. That's in the fireplace, and we'll get to that here in a minute.
So the first one here is called Behind Dustin, and I'm on the folder called First Podcast.
And what you're hearing here is there is some sort of an unknown. I don't know what this is. It's an unknown noise entity, something that shows up behind him.
So just to be clear, are these
what you're listening to right now is
off the mic?
Came off of the mic in the podcast room.
Weird.
Yeah,
The snapping thing.
I heard that. What? Okay, let me do it.
So you mean to tell me that you heard it the first time, but you didn't hear it the second time when I enhanced it?
I wasn't sure when to listen. All right, let me do it one more time here. Hang on.
Weird.
Yeah,
The snapping thing.
I heard that.
Mouth
Is that
noise.
a mouth noise? Not that part.
It's the
Not the smack. It's the other thing. And I don't know. It could be.
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything else.
Go again.
Weird.
Yeah.
The
Before
snapping
the-
thing.
Oh, there was like a little
Could that be a
noise.
throat?
It could be. Yeah, it could be. I don't
Possible.
know.
I don't know.
I heard that. Let's go ahead and go to, I feel like I started backwards. Let me go ahead and, this one is behind Melissa. Let's see what we got on this one.
My tour, and I got here a little early. And
That sounded the same.
Same
It sounded
thing.
like the same thing.
I heard
can't tell.
like a child's voice.
See, that's the same thing that's behind yours.
That's
It's the
right.
same sound
Let
again.
me listen again.
my tour, and I got here a little early. And
I hear something there. I can't tell 100%.
And I'm not necessarily saying it's paranormal,
Right.
but
No, yeah.
it's something.
These are anomalies that we are just playing back. You know, you can kind of determine yourself. Let's see what we got on this one.
your voice got
What
real
was that?
high. That
What
was
was
me
what?
laughing. Oh, that was me.
That? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
When I played that, I thought that was actually you. So I wasn't listening. Okay, let me do it again. Let me play it again for you right now.
Your voice got
What
real
was that?
high. That
What
was
was
me
what?
laughing. Oh, that was me.
Okay.
That?
Okay. I heard it that time. Where's your mic? Huh?
That was weird.
I can't describe it. I don't know.
Let me do it again. Now that I heard. Okay, let me do that one more time. Here we go.
Your voice got
What
real
was that?
high. That
What
was
was
me
what?
laughing.
Well, I didn't hear
Oh,
it.
that was me.
That? You don't hear that?
I didn't hear it that time. I was listening in the wrong spot. One more
It's
time.
right when I'm talking.
Okay.
Your voice got
What
real
was that?
high.
Yeah, I heard it.
That
What
was me laughing.
Okay, yeah, I heard it that time. I don't know what it could be. I mean, we're not presenting these saying here are some ghosts that we caught. We're just saying here are some things we're not 100% sure exactly what they are. All right, let's go on to the next one here. See now that.
Actual, like, defined, like, shadow.
Yeah,
Just looked like
Okay, I wasn't sure where to be listening on that one.
Was that? That had to be a mic cord.
Yeah,
was
I
that?
think so. It had to be. All right, let's do it.
Everybody heard that,
Let's
right?
yeah. Let's do it one more time here. See now
Actual, like, defined, like, shadow.
I wasn't sure where to listen on that one.
What's
John?
it called?
You didn't hear it either. It's called something. Let me open this up here. Something Behind Dustin is that one.
All right, let's listen behind Dustin then.
Well, okay, let's do it again. See now that
Actual, like, defined, like, shadow.
just looked like
this is something behind her while she talks. I'm not sure who she is.
This
but
is
it's probably
Melissa.
Melissa. Okay.
walk and then like drag.
Okay, I heard
That,
that time. Okay, let's do it one more time.
Walk and then like drag.
Is this on her mic?
Yes.
Or is this on someone else's
No, that's
mic?
on her mic.
Oh.
And that's why it's on there, because she can't
She couldn't make both those sounds
while
at
she's
once.
talking.
Okay, and here's one behind John. Let's see what we got here.
The Willard House. People have wanted to go to that open. Yeah. What's that?
It almost sounded to me like a disembodied spirit opening like a lifesaver. Is what
Okay. All right. That's pretty specific.
That's just what I was going to say. It's very specific.
Okay, we'll play it again because I was hearing the crunching of cellophane.
Sorry.
All right, let's do it again.
The Willard House. People have wanted to go to that open.
What would that be?
I don't know.
That kind of sounds like the hello that we caught in the
Yeah,
tunnel.
it does.
Do that one again.
I want to do that one more time. Here we go.
The Willard House. People have wanted to go to that.
That's
Hello.
so bizarre.
The
dude.
Willard House.
That's none of us.
No.
No, I want to play. Let me do that one more time.
House. People have wanted to go to that.
Okay.
You know, and listen to it where I think Melissa's actually onto something. That it's a hello.
Okay. Maybe. Let's try it one more time.
The Willard House. People have wanted to go to that open.
That
the
does
Willard
say
House.
hello.
It sounds like the hello when you guys are in the tunnel.
Yeah, in a weird, like in a stupid voice.
Yeah.
That's what I hear, right? Okay. Let's go on to the unknown female. Here we go. John? What you got there?
Maybe I didn't finish putting that one in. That's what it sounds like.
Because this is what I have.
All right. Yeah, no. Sounds like I've cut it out
Okay.
too soon.
It may be this one that's right after it. Let's try it and see what we got. Hang on.
I don't remember that.
Yep. So it's kind of the way we do it.
I don't hear it. I'd skip that one.
Try it again.
I don't remember that.
Yep. So it's kind of the way we do it.
It's
I
behind
heard
you.
something
Yeah.
there, but there's no telling. I mean,
That could
It
be
sounded
mouth
like
noises or
it
anything
could have
else.
been. Yeah, that one could have been
Any
Like
number
the
of
same
things.
guy.
Okay. All right. So that is that particular file. Oh, there's a bunch on here.
Yeah.
We'll just start at the top here and just kind of
Yeah.
roll through these. Here we go.
Well, when I first went out there, I wasn't looking for like paranormal. I was wondering who was in the. What was that?
Okay. All right. Hang on.
You guys heard that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. All right. Let's do it again.
Well, when I first went out there, I wasn't looking for like paranormal. I was wondering who was in the. What was that?
There was another one. Yeah.
We hear it at the time.
And
That was-
the thing is, when he references there was another one. There's another one of these that we heard this same sound on before. So this is not an isolated
What
deal.
did we
You'll
hear at
find
the
it.
time?
I think we.
I just think that you heard
think we
something
talked
you,
about it and
you
I was
really
talking over
couldn't
it.
you couldn't make out what it is. You heard something, but you didn't know what the something was.
Okay. Well, let's see if the next one here helps at all. We'll go ahead and roll it. Okay. Huh? Oh, okay. This is in the empty room. This is in the empty room, and there is something there. Because I was expecting to hear us like on the podcast, but this is recorder.
This is when
whenever we went to do the investigation part.
You should hear nothing. There should be nothing going on in this room at all, and you hear this.
Let's see what we got here. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Unless it's picking up ambient.
I don't know. I guess it's possible it could be some reverberation from the castle somewhere. I don't know. I think I'm kind of reaching.
So
that.
that was on a podcast mic when we laid them down
Right,
and walked away.
correct.
Okay, gotcha. All right, here we go. Let's go on to the next one here. Yes, and those were taken by people doing tours. I visited that white sheet picture daily. It looked okay. That was a breath on my mic because
Yeah.
I can't breathe and speak at the same time.
Correct. And the reason why that it's on here is because that's specifically Chris's mic.
Yep. Let me do it one more time here. Yes, and those were taken by people. Well, that's weird.
That's really loud.
That's loud because that would had to have been on my mic, and
It
I couldn't
is.
have done it. Okay.
That's why it's called Chris's mic.
All right, let's go on to the next one here.
That we found, but I don't know that we really found anything that we would consider paranormal true evidence. There was something, what looked like shadows moving underneath.
There's something
it.
I would definitely consider paranormal true evidence because we heard right there at the end.
I didn't hear anything.
All right, let me try. Let me do it again.
Shadows moving
There's
underneath.
something
it.
I would definitely consider paranormal true. It's right there. It's more not
Yeah.
a breath. I hear like whisper.
Something
Yeah.
talking.
All right, hang on. Let me do it again.
Looked like shadows moving underneath.
There's something
it.
I would definitely consider paranormal true evidence. Yeah, I hear us say it's not a breath. It's actually like a word, but I can't make
something's
it out.
being said.
Creepy voice.
Yeah,
thing.
let me do it one more time.
What looked like shadows moving underneath.
There's something
it.
I would definitely consider paranormal true evidence because I don't know.
Can you turn his mic? Can you turn his headphones?
There's no more head. I mean, not unless we
No
deafen
more.
you.
I can't hear you. You're talking, but I can't hear you.
I just heard us talking. I didn't hear anything.
You didn't
No,
hear
there's-
it. You didn't hear it behind the. All right, let's do it one more time.
Shadows moving under.
Okay, he doesn't have his headphones on. All right, let's do it one more time.
Shadows moving underneath.
There's something
it.
I would definitely consider paranormal true.
You guys keep pointing, and I just hear you guys talking.
Okay, well, there's something definitely there.
Yeah, there's something there, and I
hear
can't
anything.
tell what it's saying. Okay, let's go on to the next one here.
We may add 3 tours on Fridays and Saturdays.
Did you hear that?
I went,
That was before that. We'll pay attention. John will.
where'd it come from?
I don't know. I definitely heard it the
Yeah.
first time I played it. There's a breath right there. All right, let's go ahead and play it one more time.
We may add
Right there.
3 tours on Fridays and
No,
Saturdays.
it's before the sniff. All right, I'm going to back it up because I know you said I went. It's not that. It's before that. It's like,
Yeah, there's a breath.
all right, here we go.
We may
There.
add 3 tours on Fridays and Saturdays.
Did you hear that?
I went,
That was before that. There's a breath there. Okay. So now we're back to kind of empty room sounds that were probably happening while we were investigating what we had heard, upstairs that day. So let's go ahead and see what we've got on this one. It's got this. All right, let me play it one more time. That's weird. Why would it have that robotic? Is that the processing?
Part of that is that I brought the gain up quite a bit. So some of the metallic sound is coming from that,
Okay.
but there's still a noise
It's
there.
important, though, to point out that, and I'm not saying that's what this is, but what we were investigating was a female voice.
Yes. Yes.
In the distance, and that's what it sounds like this is.
Yes.
All right, let's do it again. I don't know. I mean, could it be Melissa or Bobby? Were you even here?
I was
You
the
weren't
only
here.
one
It'd have to be
here.
Melissa.
Yep.
I
Sounds
get.
like echoing though.
It could be, but we were all.
I don't know.
I don't know. That one's. I can't tell. Okay, here's another female voice. It seemed to be heavy on the female voices this particular day. This is on Dustin's mic.
Clearly heard it. I thought that somebody was here, like somebody was home.
Did you just hear that?
I did. I heard it
That was
again.
the female voice.
Yeah.
Okay, heard it that time. Let's do it again.
Clearly heard it. I thought that somebody was here, like somebody was home.
Yeah, definitely heard it that time. It would have had to have been you, Melissa. I mean, I'm saying if it was going to be one of us, it would have had to have
Yeah.
been you, and it wasn't
Right,
you.
and because Melissa
you actually
acknowledges
said
she
that
heard
you
it.
heard it. Yeah. Let's do it one more time.
Clearly heard it. I thought that somebody was here, like somebody was home.
Did you just hear that?
I did. I heard it
That was
again.
the female voice.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we kept hearing, except at one point we heard like there was a person in here making sounds from another room. And here's another female voice. Does that mean it's right at the very beginning of the EVP?
Yeah, it's just like a second into it
lightning
or 2
quick.
seconds.
Yeah, like somebody was home.
Did you just hear that?
I did. I heard it
That was the
again.
female voice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the
Is that a different time or the same thing from
It's
different source?
it's the other one was from a mic.
I don't think that's her.
was that her?
I don't think
No.
that was her.
Because that sounded like the same thing
It
that
was.
we heard that last
it was.
time.
Yeah.
It was.
No, I don't think that was her.
No,
She's being quiet.
she's
It was
being
not
very
her.
quiet.
It sounded like that same
It
distant.
did. Yes, that distant female voice.
I should probably say that Tamara is out of the building again today, and there's no dogs here.
And none of the two females, none of the three females who were here made the noise.
Right.
I'll play this one again. I want to hear it. It's right at the very beginning, and I know it's difficult to tell the difference. That's why we put that little tone in some of these.
Yeah, like somebody was home.
Did you just hear that?
I did. I heard it
That was the
again.
female voice.
Yeah.
It's the same. Same
I don't
sound.
know what that
She's
is.
making the same
Right,
sound.
yeah.
Like
Okay, we've got another one here. It's called it says "Hey" behind Melissa. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, it says, "Hey"
I think I remember
behind
that
Melissa.
one on the emails. Let's go ahead and listen to that one here. Trip
Yeah,
out.
your first trip here, you might not have any
Oh, I heard that. I heard it. I heard.
I heard.
Yeah, dog.
Did you hear it? Because it sounded like "Hey."
Yep.
Okay, let me do it again. Trip
Yeah,
out.
your first trip here, you might not have any
I can't tell because now my ears can make myself hear "Hey," but I can't tell if it's possibly like a breath sound that happened as she was
I don't
speaking.
know.
Let me do it one more time. Trip
Yeah,
out.
your first trip here, you might not have any
Might not have, and then you would have that breath sound. Maybe I don't know. It could be. I don't know, but I hear it for sure.
I don't know. There were just so many other weird things that went on that day.
Yeah. There's a ton of these here, and then by no means are we saying these are all paranormal. We're just playing everything for you, so you can kind of make the determination yourself. Because some of the stuff we heard was absolutely paranormal because we all heard it as we were all sitting around a table looking at each other. We heard it coming from another part of the castle. Let's go ahead and play another one here. There may not be anything there at all, but typically, historically, would you hear like
like breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that. Okay, I heard that at the beginning. I wasn't sure if it was one of us. I'll do it one more time. There may not be anything there at all, but typically, historically, would you hear like
like breathing.
It sounded like it was louder. It wasn't on my mic because I was sounding kind of distant there.
I remember hearing that with my ears.
Yeah, so it's just an extra breath.
Because at this point, I had like one ear on the headphone and one ear.
And that's the way I always do it, just in case we hear something inside here. What are you laughing about?
It's the way you shut everybody.
That's the way I roll, man, is one ear. So I remember these on the email, the humming.
Are you already to the fireplace?
No. Well,
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm still in this folder.
Okay.
But I'm going
They
to...
get real good.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and roll this one.
I thought that somebody was.
Maybe. Let me try it again.
I thought that somebody was. What? That's weird.
I don't know. Try it one more time.
It sounds almost like words very muffled, like really muffled, like talking.
Let me try it. Let me listen here one more time.
Maybe.
I don't know what that could
Wasn't one of us
be.
making weird noises like that.
We've got another humming one here. Let's see if it sounds similar. That's the same one. When you
hear that?
I did. I heard it
That was the
again.
female voice.
okay, that
We heard a female voice at the time, but that sounds like a male humming.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. This is longer, creepy audio.
Ooh, I like that title, John.
What is it? Well, let's just find out. We'll play it for you.
Right.
And I here.
I'm totally lost.
I mean,
I want to see this place Christmas stuff.
There's something like talking
Yeah.
under the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a.
I don't like it. Not a fan of it.
I don't know.
Sounds like Rubber Johnny. Remember Rubber Johnny? You sent me that like 8 years ago. All right.
I haven't heard of Rubber Johnny.
You remember?
In a decade, Chris.
Yeah, that was Rubber Johnny right there. Let me do it one more time.
Right.
and I
The Aphex Twin.
here.
I'm totally lost.
I mean,
I want to see this place Christmas stuff.
There's something talking underneath the whole, like,
Yeah.
the whole time. Rubber Johnny
Sounds just like Rubber
was.
Johnny.
That's what Rubber Johnny sounds like. And then he starts shooting lasers out of his nipples or something, right? Remember?
I would have remembered that.
Aphex Twin music video.
Yeah, it was a
Guy.
music video.
I'll show you later.
Yeah,
You'll
we'll have to
remember
bring
it.
that up. It's kind of like Obey the Walrus. It's one of those. Remember Obey the Walrus? And we can talk about all this obscure stuff. All right, let's go on to the next one here.
Does anybody have any explanation for what the creepiness is there?
I have no explanation, but I definitely heard something talking underneath the whole time that would not have been mouth noises. No, I mean, none of us would have done that for that long. Every now and then, a noise will make its way out, but it's not going to be for 4 seconds.
Right. And not without somebody then turning around and making fun of that
What the hell are
person.
you doing?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. Now, this is also called Noise in an Empty Room. Is that going to be a different one, you think?
I think it is.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
Something walks up and touches the mic.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say because it sounded like something touched a microphone in the very beginning. That's why I kind of turned it up a little bit. I want to play it again because I forgot I turned my volume, my gain way down from that one just before, and I hadn't turned it back up. So I'm going to play it again with that turned up. And it sounds like something said right before that, right?
I think something's like whispered.
I didn't hear that.
Hang on, let me do it again because I hear something whispered right before the mic gets touched. Let's do it again.
Right there.
Yeah. Something.
Say hello.
Is that what it said?
It sounds like it could be.
Yeah.
All right, let me do that one more time because that one so far is the
Just
most.
like slowly walks up and like says that.
Like,
God,
what's
that's creepy as
this?
hell.
All right, yeah. Let me do that one like one more time.
It's like really good. Could you hear it touch the mic too?
And we were not down here.
No, we were upstairs. Every one of us was upstairs. So I have no explanation for that. I mean, unless somebody, and I don't know why somebody would do that,
None of us did that.
unless somebody wanted to just
you
wander
hear
back
that?
in there and do that.
Listen, what was that?
Something exhaled real
went-
loud right there. Yeah.
For a long time, and I looked at all of you to see who was doing it.
I was looking around.
Did it exhale or did it say no?
Well,
Because I
don't-
thought I heard a no.
I don't know. Either one.
Either one is not good.
I didn't hear it.
Melissa, thoughts?
Well, you know what happened in this room, right?
I do.
Yes.
This is where the most recent Pythian death occurred 2 years ago.
It was right before we started podcasting here. Not right before, but it had happened
It was
fairly.
in
About a year.
It was in August a year ago.
Yeah. So we'll have to pay attention. And it was in this very room?
This is
Was
This
this
is-
a?
'cause
I
they-
heard another one.
Right there.
I heard another
What
one.
was that? What?
Something was said into a
Yes.
a
Yeah.
mic.
It went
Yeah.
like that.
Close.
I almost want to say it was.
John will be a good ghost.
Yeah, this is the easiest place to put the hospice bed was in the space.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
So
that makes sense. I don't know. I definitely heard both of those, with the headphone ear and the other one out, because I have one ear outside the headphones, and I heard it with both.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's not cool. That's not cool.
it wasn't when they mentioned the third female earlier. My daughter's here with us today, but that wasn't her. She wouldn't have exhaled that loudly.
Oh, Lord, no.
No, that wasn't
No, that wasn't a little kid. No, no way.
Her entire class couldn't exhale that loudly.
I haven't heard a sound from that corner over there. Let's go. Let's keep on moving here. This is Noises Inside Into Podcast.
What was that?
What happened?
I'm not hearing anything.
I don't know.
What happened?
Explain
I didn't hear
it, heard, but we both reacted to it.
What did it sound like?
I heard it with my ear, my real ear, not my headphone.
Was it
ear.
Bobby's stomach?
No,
I don't think
It wasn't mine.
I know.
I don't know what that was. I don't know if you even caught it.
I didn't even hear it.
It was
that time.
hilarious though.
Never mind. I'm sure we might hear it again.
Something walk in and grab Dustin's. What do they grab? Mike. Okay. All right, here we go. And is this when we were gone too?
We're gone. We're out of the room. So unless
Separate time where
Yeah.
something walks in.
unless somebody comes in, to me now, I'm not saying it's necessarily paranormal, but something is walking into the room and grabbing that mic.
We don't do that. I'm not walking up. Just being
Yeah,
like,
I can't see you doing that.
Let me do it again.
you hear it. Like, grab.
Yeah, it's grabbing the mic.
What is the floor in there? Is it carpeted?
Yep.
Well, I think Dustin walks louder than that too.
That's not Dustin walking.
No, he doesn't walk that way.
Let's go on to the next one. Here's another mic getting tapped.
It's a different mic.
Yeah.
Did it say something?
I didn't hear it.
again.
Let me play it again. Here, let me turn it up just a touch. Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
did hear something there. Let's do that one more time.
Hello.
Maybe that might be.
Could be. That
It's
could
just weird that it's like touching different microphones.
Yeah. There were multiple mics that got touched in there.
be. Unknown male voice. Let's see what we got on this one. And we heard, some distant. That's me, John.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me try it
I
again.
think there might be something under you. A
Hang on.
sound.
All right, let's listen. And we heard, some distant. Okay, I did hear something that time.
Yeah, there's something.
Beginning.
I can't tell you what it is.
Really quick in the back. All right, we're going to go on to the next one. Unknown after Melissa talks.
Right.
And
Okay.
that was from earlier, but I feel like you just
It's a different.
Kinda-
It's a different.
Did I play that earlier?
No, this one's not as distorted. This one, I went back and I played with the levels.
Okay.
I left them higher when Melissa's talking, or I left them lower when Melissa's talking, and then I brought them up.
Let me do it again.
Right.
and
Something whispering there.
I hear that. Yeah, I hear and like a hard K sound at the beginning, which may be off one of the other. Well, no, this would have to be off. Is this off Melissa's mic? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me do it one more time.
Right.
and
Yeah, I hear something there. I can't be sure what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Let's move on to the next one here. Since Dustin's throat is extra mucusy, no, I definitely heard what sounded like.
That.
I heard it, but let me play it again. Since Dustin's throat is extra mucusy, no, I definitely heard what sounded like.
It's something, or maybe it's nothing. I don't know.
This is why we're pros.
Well, but I actually had I had like 10 times the amount, and then I went back through. I'm like, there's the possibility
Well,
that could be some mouth noise. So
yeah.
anything that I was not fairly confident in, I trashed.
It's really it's very hard to tell. And when you listen like at home with on your computer, it sounds completely different than when you come in here and listen with headphones, these headphones.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even listen at home on, your home, headphones that you wear. But they sound completely different. Even when we were at the radio station, remember how many extra EVPs we found whenever we'd play those on the overhead speakers?
Yes.
So we heard, it just really depends.
That should be our tagline, like underneath there.
It's different every time.
No. Like, that's something, ... Maybe nothing, I don't know.
Chris, you got to make that into a T-shirt.
All right, let's go ahead and let's do one more here, and then we can pick.
And then on the backside it says, I don't know.
I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and do another one here and see what we got here real quick.
Paranormal. I was wondering who was in that.
Did you hear that?
There was another one, yeah.
Did I say hello?
It sounded like something like that. Yeah.
That was Tamara's first experience here.
Okay, we'll play that again because I did hear something at the beginning here.
It's right when I'm talking.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Paranormal. I was wondering who was in that.
Did you hear that?
There was another one, yeah.
Weird sound.
Look at Zipper zipping up.
All right, one more time.
Paranormal. I was wondering who was in that.
I can't tell. I can't be sure. So let's see. Today is what, the 23rd. That means next Sunday will be Halloween, or it'll be the Halloween podcast, right? I'm so far behind on this month. I can't figure out when is when. Before we get to next week,
Did you just snap your fingers?
No, I don't think. I never do.
I don't think. You don't think you did?
No, I'm not a snapper. I was just going to say
That
before.
was me.
Before we get to next week's, because I know a lot of people are watching like The Watcher on Netflix. Have you guys watched it?
No.
It's based on a true story. It's good. It's probably about 7 episodes. And then it was the most downloaded after Dahmer. And then now competing with it is this show 28 Days Haunted, which is on Netflix, which I was super excited to see because it's based on the work of Ed and Lorraine Warren, who did a lot of paranormal work. And one of their theories was something about the 28 days. It takes 28 days for and I don't like using the term veil to thin.
I love that term.
But something about it takes 28 days to really make any headway in a paranormal investigation. And that's kind of what they're supposedly testing on this show. And I think of the 6 of us, I'm the only one who's seen it.
Nope, I watched it.
I've seen a couple episodes.
Okay. I hate it. I hate it. I think it's
why
terrible.
Why is this so bad?
There's a lot of gadgets and gizmos.
They do that Estes method, which I think is nonsense. They've got these 3 teams, and they wanted to pick 3 very paranormal locations that have not been investigated, over and over and over, like Waverly Hills and those kind of places. They wanted to pick places that had not been investigated tons of times, and that's what they did here. And they've got 3 teams. And these 3 teams, all they are a bunch of people who just get possessed. So these 3 teams, there's like a demonologist on each team, and there's a psychic on each team. There's very little paranormal investigating happening. There's just a lot of hocus
Does
pocus.
whoever have the most evidence at the end win some kind of prize?
No, but no. Not really. It's more of an experiment to see if what Ed and Lorraine Warren, if what they hypothesized was true. And they never test it. They just walk around these haunted locations for 28 days, getting possessed.
And one guy said that there were like letters written in the steam on his mirror.
Did you see that part where his team like confronted him and accused it of being him?
Yeah.
And they blamed that confrontation on when a spirit of this much negative energy starts trying to break a team apart. Did you hear that?
I did.
Okay.
That came from out there, though.
Yeah, I know. It was back there.
Back there.
And it was that creepy whisper again. That
Yeah.
Too good.
It was Rubber Johnny. But anyway, on the show, I'm not going to discourage people from watching it. Some people, like that. Some people, get a kick out of orbs. I hate those too.
Well, as soon as I heard, it was a couple episodes in a row where it's just like they keep making the comment that someone can sense someone in front of them, and they know their gender and their age and
Well,
I don't know.
So is this a show that's aimed at people that like bad
hang on,
paranormal?
did you just hear that breath?
I heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked around, and I don't think anybody did it.
It was long too.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Is this something that's kind of aimed at, because there are things that
That might have been her.
Was it?
That might have been her.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Okay. I couldn't see her face. She was
What
playing.
was that?
I didn't hear it. What was it?
There.
I heard there's noises out there though, right?
Yeah, and I don't have a recorder going out there for like.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That
wait
must
a
be.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Maybe that's Tamara.
Hope so, because the door just opened.
That's not Tamara.
She's probably home.
Anyway, we'll go back to the show here real quick.
How does she not set off that bird?
She probably came in through the back.
Oh, I didn't know if maybe
Or the
she had
bird.
like some sort of bird
that
power.
really
Bird
cool
security
bird.
system can
That's-
only get you so far. Like,
No, she probably came in through the
That's
back.
the really cool bird.
The really cool bird. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Really cool.
didn't
bird.
want to discourage anybody from watching the show, but I despised it from beginning to end because people are getting possessed, and it's just you can't disprove anything they say because anything that would disprove it just goes into the theory of, well, that's what these negative spirits do. They try to break teams up because at one point there was something written on Steam, like on a bathroom
Yeah.
mirror.
See you.
Yeah, which didn't fit in with any of the other evidence that they were collecting.
Unless it's the spirit saying, "I see you."
Well, that's what they were trying to say was that the mirrors are portals, and that the
Which is
spirit could
nonsense.
see.
And they could see you.
Yeah.
Prove it.
Yeah.
Right, but anyway, what happened on that particular episode is after this, he was like the medium, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the medium.
The sensitive or whatever. That saw the written on the mirror, but then they did like an EVP session, and they caught an EVP because the main guy said who wrote on the mirror,
And
and
they
they
called-
they said the name of the guy who found it.
The same, the name
that
of the medium.
rat?
Yeah. And
The
then they
EV
said again, who was it? And they said psychic.
Yes, they said I think his name was Sean because the EVP they got said he said who wrote on the mirror, and the EVP said Sean, which is the guy who found it.
Yeah. And
So-
yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I thought it was nonsense. I hated it really bad.
They'll like believe the ghost.
How do you really feel?
Like, Sean, how could you do that?
It was. You should watch it, John. This is going to
Oh
be.
yeah,
as
I
close
need
as you
Ty
get
to watch it so then we can get his 2 cents on it.
The thing about it is there's times that
Now that I've said all that, though, people are going to go into it saying, "Well, this is going to be stupid." I shouldn't have done that, but
see the thing is it's only great if you appreciate bad paranormal. There's a line though, I mean, if they're trying to pass that off as real and people are buying into that, then that's not cool. But if it crosses the line of so bad that it's into terribleness, then that would be funny.
I just don't want people watching this thinking this is the hocus pocus nonsense bullshit that we go do,
That's what I would think.
because it is not. We don't walk around thinking I sense something touching. I don't feel it. I sense it.
And we have
What the
never
fuck
once
does that
like
mean?
wanted to argue or fight about stuff.
No, I mean, and that's what they.
word lumberjack.
And one guy ended up going to the hospital. Did you get that
I
far?
haven't got that far.
Whoa, what was that?
That was a big old breath is what that was.
Hear that?
I didn't hear that.
That was an absolute big old breath.
I was too mired in hatred.
That was me.
Okay.
That was
I said,
completely.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably not even going to check it out.
That's what everybody's going to say now that I've
I'm
said
not gonna watch that shit.
I just think it's not at all what we do when we go to an investigation. We don't walk around and say, I sense something. I mean, maybe they do sense something. I'm not saying they don't.
Nah,
but
they don't.
But, I mean, you can trick yourself into sensing things. I mean, you can. Have you ever been coming up from down in your basement or whatever with the lights off and you feel like something's coming up behind
That's
you?
different, man. That's primal.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of
we got
this
that
is.
from our ancestors being out in the dark in the woods and hearing a little brush.
Well, that's what I'm saying. All of this could be.
That's just what humans are for.
I don't know. There was no true paranormal investigating happening on that show, and I found it to be stupid. I don't even know who any of these investigators were. They weren't any of the really popular, well-known ones who actually use some sort of scientific method to go out and do it. These people were just wandering around with. Did you see the little static thing that they had?
Yeah.
What was that? They sitting there cranking a wheel.
I think it's supposed to.
It's supposed to pump energy into
Energy.
but why not just use a REM pod or something like that? I don't know, whatever. Or, there's tons of EMF, pumps, they call them out
And they
there.
even talked about REM pods in one of the first episodes, and then I didn't see anybody use a REM pod.
They didn't use any. No.
Yeah, so
there
why-
was
why
very
bring it
little.
up?
There was very little just setting up recorders and doing EVPs. It was all based on shit that they were supposedly feeling, which means nothing to me. I mean, if Netflix, goes to a random group and says, "Hey, we're going to put you on TV if you can catch some pretty good stuff," I mean, this is what's going to happen. I mean, that's not what we would do, but I would imagine a lot of. I mean, they could have set up, recorders And I don't even remember seeing a K2 or EMF detector there. I don't remember even seeing one. It was just all this nonsense. But anyway,
if you're a
check
fan,
it out.
If you're a fan of this sort of stuff, the better thing to do is just to go in and look around wherever you're at and take a ghost tour.
Well,
take a ghost tour of a facility. If you're in the Springfield area, take one on a Tuesday night.
I prefer on investigation. I know what you're doing there, but I prefer on investigations to go in and use some common sense. Use common sense. There was no common sense being used on 28 Days Haunted, and they did not accurately test Ed and Lorraine Warren's theory or hypothesis at all. It is on Netflix if you want to see it. The Watcher's better. The Watcher is based on a true story, by the way. If you guys haven't watched it yet.
A true story of what? What happened?
Oh, Lord, you'd have to watch it.
What's it about, though?
It's about this family who moves into this home in a really nice neighborhood in suburban New Jersey. And then supposedly there is this person. Has anybody at this table seen The Watcher?
No, I have not.
You should watch it because it's super freaky. And it really happened. They move into this home and there's someone watching every move they make, and they call themselves The Watcher. They've been watching this home for decades. They're a protector of the home. And
Gary Busey in the walls.
I was going to say, is somebody living in the walls?
Well, they know what's happening inside the house.
Right, but is someone living in the walls at the end of it? Spoiler alert. Turn this off.
I'm not going to give any spoilers for people who haven't. Yeah, for people who haven't. You need to watch it.
Are they in the walls, Chris?
I don't think so. I mean, that's if no. Is a true story, and I already knew the story from beginning to end, and I knew how it would end. I mean, at the end, you still don't know who it is.
So is it scary or creepy or atmospheric?
It's creepy. Yeah, it's very creepy.
Unsettling?
There's no jump scares. There's no ghosts. There's no bleeding walls.
That's right down my alley.
It's just letters in the mail, and the things the letters say, they get a letter like every month from the Watcher. And the things the letters say get creepier and creepier and creepier, and he knows more and more and more and more. And at one point, they go to a hotel. I'm not going to give the whole thing away. At one point, they're like, we got to get away from this house for a bit. They go to a hotel, and they stay there. And they get a call in their hotel room. And then later, they go looking, for another reason, they go looking through their phone bill, and that call to their hotel room came from their house. So you need to watch it. It's really good. It's a really good show. It's called The Watcher. It's better than 28 Days Haunted. If you need some Halloween fare to watch on Netflix, I would suggest it highly.
The last really good horror movie I watched was The Witch.
Yes, and I've started that one.
There hasn't been anything.
I've started
since
that.
You haven't finished that?
I haven't yet. No, I've been going to swim meets all the time, but no, I haven't finished it yet.
That's like one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a time period.
It is one of my favorite.
Yeah, it's like
movies.
Colonial.
Yeah. So I'm in that one. I haven't finished it yet, but anyway, I would recommend The Watcher over 28 Days Haunted. I was excited over 28 Days Haunted when it first came out, but now it's garbage.
And we'll be back soon with another episode of Midwest Ghost Hunters Dark Matter Podcast.